Sir, would you state your name and spell your last name, please?
Jason Johnson, Johnsson.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Mr. Johnson.
Afternoon.
Mr. Johnson, could you tell the jury what your affiliation with the Swan Boat Club is?
Longtime member of Swan.
Okay. How long?
Over 20 years.
Okay. Were you formerly in a leadership position at the Swan
was.
Boat Club? What was the name of that position?
Rear Commodore.
So what does a Commodore and a Rear Commodore do at the Swan Boat Club?
Commodore oversees the entire club. The rear manages the club itself.
The physical
Maintenance, bar.
The physical building.
Correct.
Are you familiar with the club itself and the surrounding area?
Yes, I am.
Are you a resident of the surrounding area?
I am.
How long have you lived there?
I believe 7 years now.
So this is an area right off of Lake Erie, is that correct?
Correct.
What is the nature of the neighborhood and the roads and things like that?
Country road, gravel, private, so it's maintained by the residents, and fish and wildlife.
Okay. What's your understanding of what the speed limit is on those roads?
County says it's 25, Fish and Wildlife says it's 15.
Okay. How is it to drive on those roads?
It's a little rough.
Okay. Do you have to use care and caution?
Yes.
How fast would you say it's safe to drive on those roads?
Under 20 for sure.
In your position as Rear Commodore and then just as a member of the Swan Boat Club, are you familiar with the security system at the club?
Yes, I am.
And just explain to the jury kind of what the club has as security systems go.
We have several cameras. I believe there's 9 operational. Different views of the club, inside and out,
Okay,
including the lake.
Is that continuous recording or motion activated?
Continuous.
And is there a camera that faces, suppose it would be west into the parking lot?
Yes.
And that's mounted on what members call the pavilion or the event space?
Correct.
And is there a camera within the pavilion, within the event space?
Yes, above the bar space.
Okay, and is that point the opposite direction of the camera in the parking lot?
Correct.
So to the east?
Correct.
And then the hall east of the event space, what we've heard referred to as the breezeway, is there a camera there?
Yes.
And which way does that camera
The
face?
same way as the bar camera.
So does this look familiar to you, Mr. Johnson?
Yes, it's overhead view of the boat club.
Okay. And is that a fair and accurate representation of the boat club from overhead?
Yes.
And this is marked People's Exhibit 9A. People would move for admission.
For final objection, Your Honor. 9A is admitted.
Do we have this in the PowerPoint?
No, we didn't.
Are you able to see this at all
Yes.
from there? So would it be fair to say that the camera in the parking lot is positioned roughly there?
It's on that corner of that building right there.
Okay, and then where would the field of view from that camera be?
Pointing at the white SUV and at the fire truck.
So out this way.
Correct.
And then describe on this photo, if you could, where the cameras on the bar and the camera on the breezeway are.
The camera in the bar is right at the two different pieces of concrete,
Your Honor,
just
may I
inside.
stand up and walk over
Sure.
and see this one?
Yeah.
This is the camera from the outside. The inside camera is roughly about right here.
Okay.
The breezeway camera is roughly about right here.
Okay.
Both facing that direction.
Both of the interior cameras face this way.
Correct.
Were you present at the club on April 20th when this happened?
I was not present at the time of the accident, shortly after.
About what time did you arrive?
I believe it was under 20 minutes after the incident.
And did you do anything in regards to law enforcement's investigation that day?
Yeah, I had access to the cameras, so I got the detective in the room and got him into the system.
Okay, were you able to assist them in making recordings of the surveillance footage?
Yes,
And that system, that was in good working order on April 20th?
correct,
And you were able to check it to make sure it was in good working order?
correct,
And was the timestamp on it correct?
yes,
Did you check that as you were making the copies?
yes.
So, Judge, at this time, people would move to admit people's 3A, B, and C, which are clips of surveillance video from the 3 cameras we've spoken about at the Swan Boat Club at the time of the crash.
Response, if I may, they haven't been shown yet, am I correct?
So the way I do an exhibit, and the way I've asked Mr. Marriott and Ms. Hatch to, is offer it, get it admitted, and then proffer it. Because if we proffer it and it's not admitted, the cat's kind of out of the bag.
Okay, but I don't know what it is that you're doing, but.
Just go ahead and show it, Mr. Wayne.
Yeah.
Fair enough. If we could play 3A. People move for the admission of 3A.
Response.
No objection.
3A is admitted.
People ask to publish 3B.
Go ahead.
Mr. Johnson, this is the interior of the event space.
Correct.
Judge, people move to admit 3B,
No objection.
3B is admitted.
and I would ask to publish 3C.
Go ahead.
Judge, people move to admit 3C.
No objection. People's 3C is admitted.
Mr. Johnson, just to further orient the jury, the door that you could see in the foreground of that last video, could you explain what that is in relationship to the boat club itself and the event space?
It's a breezeway between the pavilion and the main bar, and it runs the same direction as that camera in the bar. The view,
Okay.
the line of view is so down towards the main club.
All right. And so that's the main access to the pavilion or the event space.
Correct.
And the Swan Boat Club, located in Berlin Township, Newport, Michigan, state of Michigan?
Correct.
No further questions for this witness, Judge.
Cross?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. Sir, you're in charge of maintaining the parking lot roadway,
Correct.
so when it's not in a good shape, you're the one responsible to take care of it.
Was it in good shape at the time? That's
When it's not in good shape, you're the one responsible to take care of it.
correct.
Thank you. I don't have any other questions.
Any redirect?
Not on that issue.
May this witness be excused?
From the people, yes.
Thank you. You may
Thank you.
Next witness.
Judge, people will call Denise Roberts.